Hey, what's happening, Tim, with Nomad Trading? Okay, time for a runner recap on this beautiful Thursday, January 7th. First, we're going to go over. I know I'm a little bit late today. I apologize for that. And I got to get out of here in like 15 minutes. So it's going to be kind of a quick 15-20 minute runner recap today. I'm going to go over my trades first. Let's see. This was, let me think what the. In my little E Trade account, I made 37.76. That was in. Gotta think. I got to think here. What what stock I traded on there? That was in DDD. It was not that, I don't think. That was my other account. It was, okay, NCTY. That's what it was. NCTY. Okay. NCTY. The thinking on this one was kind of this head and shoulders type pattern. So it had gone up pre-market, pulled back, shot up at market open, pulled back again. So down in here, I just took a small trade on it, expecting it to at least go back to this 22.30 range. I thought it might get back to 23. But when it got up in the 22 area, and I bought it at 21, so when it got up at 22, I started watching the level 2 action on it, and it looked like it was going to fail, so I got out of it. So $1 a share, but on this small E-Trade account, so it was only $37 for the winner on that. Then my let's see, my bigger E-Trade account, the IRA, lost almost $300 on this, and that's painful. So stupid too. It was on DDD. DDD, as it came down from up on high, I thought it was going to bounce. I bought it. Let me see. I traded it several times, or a couple times anyway. 250 shares. I bought it at 22.15 and at 21.80. Basically, I just kept trying to buy the bounce, and it didn't bounce. That's what it really comes down to. So I thought when it came down to this area, mind you, the stock has ran from $11 or so all the way to 25. So as that's coming down, I'm thinking, hey, this is quite the squeeze. It's definitely going to bounce. So I was trying to buy it somewhere in here, like 250 shares, looking for the bounce. It didn't bounce. It just came down. So I ended up stopping out. Then it got down in here, and I thought, well, for sure it's going to bounce down in here because there's all kinds of consolidation. So I buy it in there. It keeps going down, stops me out again. So yeah, basically, I kept looking for a bounce that I didn't get. Of course, it did bounce eventually, but yeah, not when I wanted it to. Normally, you don't get this type of just nothing but red candle after red candle move. After you've had such a squeeze all the way up to 25, you don't typically get the entire move coming all the way back down under VWAP without even a green candle in sight. I mean, that's not a normal situation there. So kind of figured we'd get a bounce. Didn't get a bounce. It just kept going. And then it ended up eventually curling. But the good thing about that is, down 293, so 294 basically there. And then the other account, 294, and made 37.50 or something like that. So basically down 256 on the day in E-Trade accounts. And then where it all came together for me was on the CMEG accounts. Now I do want to say also, let me check and see if anybody's over here in the chat real quick. What's up, guys and gals? Make sure you hit the like, by the way, subscribe, all that wonderful YouTube algorithm stuff. We do this every day, the run a recap every day. This is the one that I thought was most interesting, DDD, so this is the one that I was playing, but there are some other hot stocks. Anyway, by the way, I emailed CMEG, and I'm trying to figure out how it is that as of 2 days ago, I could basically short any stock I wanted to in the CMEG account, the CMEG account. Just whatever I wanted to short, there were shares available no matter what the stock was. All of a sudden now, yesterday, I kept getting rejected and kept getting the message that it's hard to borrow and they don't have any shares to short. So that happened yesterday. So then today, same thing. Several different times on stocks, I kept getting that message. So I reached out to him and asked him, did something change? Because I've been sitting over here bragging about CMEG and how great it is for shorting, because you guys have shares to short every day of whatever the stock is that's moving. And now here 2 days in a row, I'm not being able to short a lot of these stocks. But I was able to short DDD. Let me bring up the P&L on that. Let me see. Hold on. Bear with me. I got to grab it. Okay, so this brought it all together. Ended up green in the CMEG account by $787. So between the 3 accounts, I traded all 3 accounts, the 2 E-Trade accounts and the CMEG account. And what did I say I was? Let's see. 787.5 plus 37.5 or so, 825 minus 294 in the other account. So I ended the day green by $531. So when it's all said and done, between the 3 accounts, I was green over $500. So that's still a win. That's a good day. The best day that I've had in a while. It's been a while since I had a $500 day. So pretty excited about that. Of course, I wish that I had not screwed around in that one account and lost $300. And my thinking was, actually, I can bring, let me bring this over here as well. So this is, you're going to see my entries and exits here. So I actually first started shorting this DDD. I tried to short it right here at 23, let me see, 23.53, and ended up covering it for a loss real quick because it just kept going. So then I ended up shorting it up here at 24, and then I added again at 25. So at that point I had 350 shares short on an average between 24 and 25. And then this was where it became beautiful. It came down a lot more. I expected there to be a bounce, which is what I was looking for in that other account. So it actually came down, and I covered 250 shares at 22.20, which would be right here where I expected it to bounce. So what I did was I covered 250 of my 350 shares right here for a nice gain. And then in my bigger E-Trade account, I went long there because I thought it was going to bounce. It was slowing down. It looked like it might bounce. We had 4 big, nice 5-minute candles here that were red. So in theory, it was going to bounce at this area of support. So I covered 250 of my 350 shares short, and then I went long 250 shares in the one E-Trade account. And then, of course, it just kept going, which is great for my short, my other 100 shares that I had short. But, yeah, my E-Trade account ended up losing. So then I thought it was going to bounce down here at VWAP. and around this consolidation in my E-Trade account. Went long again, still didn't bounce, kept going. And then I went ahead and I stopped trying to go long on it, and I set a stop on my last 100 shares short at 21 or 21.05, thinking that it might just poke through VWAP and then continue down. But instead, it actually finally did bounce and got all the way up through the VWAP and through the 50 moving average and went all the way up here to 22.50. So all said and done, $787 profit in that CMEG account, which is definitely a good day. And overall, between the three accounts, $531 green. So can't complain about that. $500 day. That's my trades for the day. Then let's see what's up in the chat over here. E-Trade. Yeah, I know. E-Trade. I agree with you. This stock here is actually looking like it could be another possible long here. It came down pretty hard, but it's curling again. So if it can break past that 22.50 area, it might be another long scalp, but it's after hours, so I probably won't take that trade. As much as it pains me to see that negative almost $300 in that account, I really want, the competitive person in me wants to keep trading into after hours and try to erase that $300 negative, because it really bothers me to lose $300 in that account. But overall on the day, still made a lot of money, so I need to just let it go, not be competitive. What else was moving today? Let's see. FTFT was a big one, 288 million shares traded on that. This is one that I was thinking about going long right here. I did not. It didn't look, it was kind of consolidating, but it didn't really have the makings of my pattern that I really wanted to see. And if I had gone long, I would have probably got stopped out because it came right back down. It did bounce around the 50 moving average and then had a nice rip from just over $4 to over $6.50. So that's a pretty nice $2 a share move right there. Now it's kind of consolidating. What's going to happen with it? It's a little bit lower consolidation than what I would like to see. Usually I would like to see on a bull pennant, I'd like to see it up here. So that to me feels like there's more of a likelihood of it going back down and maybe touching $5 here shortly, but we will see. How do you get all the bids and asks? I'm not sure what you're asking, Alfred. Happy New Year, Wolf, by the way. Let's see. As far as setups go, though, this would have been a good, you could have gone right into open with it breaking out above the pre-market highs. That would have been a great trade. You could have bought it at the high of day break right here. That would have been another good trade. And then over here, as it curled up off the 50 moving average, you could have bought it past this high or at the high of day break. Over here going into market close at $5 or so. Could have had a nice $1 a share move. So I was not home, so of course I did not see that. I had to run some errands, then I came back. That's why I was a little bit late getting on here, and then I got to head back out in a few minutes. So this will be a little bit of a quick runner recap. SOS was another one that kept popping up on the scanners, but nothing too exciting. Pretty much just a day of consolidation. It traded 100 million shares, but didn't really do much. It was below VWAP most of the day, just kind of chopping around. So no real setups on that I liked, long or short. Let's see what else. JAGX is popping up on the scanner again. Is that moving again? Yeah. Okay. Getting a little bit of a move again. This is several days of movement. Looks like we got a curl, okay, curling up. Now we'll see if it can hold that and maybe continue up for kind of a cup and handle scenario there. This was only down below $1 just a few days ago, and now up at in the 250 area. So definitely moving and grooving the last several days, hitting the scanners. 110 million shares traded on the day on that one as well. If we look at the day setup, probably would have been just a buy past the previous high of day right here. So that would have been a decent move and a decent setup. Now we're kind of making that consolidation pattern here. So we'll see if it moves up or down after it consolidates here. What else we got? We got IDEX traded almost 100 million shares. This one just a pretty steady stair climb type of stock. Could have gone long past the high of day down here. If you had seen it on your scanners or whatever, you could have gone long right there. Got a little bit choppy, but then a nice breakout. Never looked back, all the way from 250 or so to $3. It touched $3. So not as much volatility as I would like to see, but still a nice move, a nice 50-cent move. What else did we have? Just trying to go through these pretty quick. XNet was one I remember. 55 million shares. This one was a shot up and then kind of a bull flag. Shot up again, and then again you had somewhat of a bull flag, and then a third time. And I talk about all the time how the third time that a stock repeats the same type of pattern, a lot of times the third time is when you see it fail. So had I been watching this, this would have been a good place to look to short because of that. You got 1, 2, and then this would be your third move, and then as we can see, it failed. So happens a lot. The third time happens to be the one that fails a lot of the time. As far as long setups, yeah, you could have played off of one of these bull flags, or maybe a VWAP bounce somewhere around here, from 5 up to 550. But other than that, now it's curling up through VWAP and through the 50 moving average. We'll see what it can do. It may keep going. It may not. CNET was another one. This one traded 42 million shares on the day, but again, I don't see, it's not really worth looking at. Just a choppy stock, not really any good setups on it, just choppy. How about SUNW? This is a previous former unicorn type stock. I remember trading it back when it went from what was it, 60 cents to 850. So yeah, it was a previous unicorn, and right now we're getting back up to that same area. Let's see, did we cross it? Yeah, the high of that other day was right around 850, and it looks like we're above that now. So actual breakout on the daily chart. Maybe it can keep going. We'll see. Not really forming much of a pattern at the moment that I would say is a good setup. But you could have bought it past the high of day, scalped it for a little bit of money. What else do we got? A little slower in the chat today again. Just not getting as many people in the chat on these live streams as what we were. So I don't know if people are kind of staying out of the market because of the uncertainty and the craziness that's been happening with the government or what. Let me see. The overall market. This is the overall market. So it liked what's happening so far with the government. It came out of the gate today and shot up pretty good at market open, and then held its gains, consolidating pretty nicely. So the market's liking what it's seeing. Let's see what else we had. That was that DDD. And this also is partly why I was adding to my position at 25, because of when I was looking to short this, I was shorting it at 24, I think it was. Yeah, somewhere around there. And then as it neared that high, not only was it nearing the round number of 25, the whole dollar amount, the 25, which can be resistance on a lot of cases, but also because if I draw my trend line here, it looked like it was the spot where it might be meeting the trend line and approaching that $25 area, and it turned out that was a perfect short. So otherwise I would have been covering at that spot, not adding to my position. Let's see, NGA, BTBT. There was a nice washout on BTBT that I thought about buying that about the same time I was buying that other DDD, trying to get a bounce on that, and I was watching this and thinking about trying to bounce on this, and this is the one that would have worked a lot better. So ended up getting a couple dollars a share out of that bounce if I had just taken that trade instead. What else do we got? V Wolf. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else worth talking about before I jump off of here? Like I said, I got to keep this short today. TRCH. This is one that my friend bought at 46 cents. He's been swinging this from 46 cents, and it's up here at $1.11. So he bought it in this dip, I believe. This is the daily chart. He bought it way down here at the dip, basically the bottom of that dip, I believe. And now it's shot up all the way up here. If this was me and I had bought that, it would have gone back down. I'm not very good at swing trading, but he's just kind of seems like he's got the magic touch with the swing trading, because he buys it and then swings it and it just goes up for eternity. I mean, look at that thing. That's crazy. He was buying it down here at 46 cents. So basically he bought it down here and then held it all the way up. If it was me, I'd be getting out right now, but he'll probably hold it. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to $2 since he's holding it. What else do we see here? UAVS is moving after hours, it says. Yeah, so that's a nice one. Look at that. Look at UAVS moving late in the day. I don't know if they have some news or what exactly is going on with that, but it's up almost $2.50 a share. Of course, it's my amazing pattern here, the one that I love more than anything. You get this wonderful move, the flagpole all the way up, and then you get the consolidation, the bull pennant, and then boom, breaks out again, goes up. This time it came back down a lot farther than I would like, but here it is recovering. It's after hours now, so that helps. When you get after hours, you get a bigger spread, and there's not as many shorts, and a lot of times you see the craziest, biggest moves in after hours. On the daily chart, it is coming up on that resistance right there, which would be 872. So we'll see what happens when it gets to 872. I probably won't see what's happening because I probably won't be in here, but do you do this daily? I do. I try to do it every day at 3:15 every day. Let's just, instead of Central, Eastern, all that time frame, whatever, but 15 minutes or so after close. Today was a little bit late, but anyway. What's up, Nafissa? Unfortunately, I'm going to have to get off of here. I'm finally getting a few people in here, and I'm going to have to run. So I think we've kind of talked about all the hottest stocks, the hottest ones that I see anyway. Plug was another one. We didn't talk about that one, but real quick we can check that out. So that was a nice gap up from yesterday after hours. Huge move. This thing was down at $35 or so, and now we're sitting at almost $48. A little bit higher price though. I don't typically talk too much about stocks like this because they're higher priced. Newer traders typically aren't buying $47, $48 stocks. Yeah, that's about all I see as far as what's hot today. You got it, Wolf. Anyway, gonna have to get off of here. So thank you guys for joining me. We'll do it again tomorrow. Be a little bit longer tomorrow, probably take a little more time to go through everything. But today I gotta run. So thanks everyone for joining me. See you all tomorrow night. Hopefully I can make another $530 tomorrow. I'd be pretty happy with that. So anytime I have a $500 day, it makes me pretty excited. Wish I wouldn't have had the $300 loser in that one account, but that's just how it goes. At least big enough winner in the other account to offset it. So a good day of trading, nice green day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for coming. Peace out.